I'm gonna do a little flip. Hey guys, this is Austin Lampson. She's with OnQ Financial. She is one of our top lenders. We do a lot of work with her, and we're just trying to bring some value to you guys so we can, so you know what you need to do in order to buy a house. And so she's going to bring you some tips on how to, some 5 home buyer tips on what you can do to get into a home as a first-time home buyer. So Austin, go ahead and introduce yourself. Well, I just did, but say hi to everyone and tell us a little bit about yourself real quick.
Hi everyone, I'm Austin over at OnQ Financial. I've been lending for over a decade, and I'm happy to report that we get to work with Justin on a lot of transactions to get some buyers into their new homes. And one of the main questions people ask me is, how much does it really take to buy a house? And the answer, of course, is it depends. So realistically, you can do as little as 3% down up to a $417,000 price point. That puts you around $483,000, $450,000 as far as your price overall, which will still get you into some markets in Santa Barbara. But the next sweet spot is 5% down up to $850,000. That's a really big deal, especially here where you want a home, and most homes are even starting in the $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 range. So it really makes a lot of difference for people that are really just getting their foot wet and ready to maybe expand their families and expand their living situation. From there, the next price point, of course, is going to be 10% down up to $1,275,000. And that's even better, so that if you're moving up or you're needing a little bit more room, this is going to open up some opportunities for you and give you some long-term financial planning so that you can still assist with the lower down payment option, recoup your savings, and focus on your big financial picture. And of course, the higher the price point, the more money down, but I'm happy to say you can even do 20% down up to $4 million loan amount. That's huge. That's a $5 million house with 20% down. Look at Oprah, we're moving next door to you. So there's a lot of different options up there, and the best thing I can tell you to sit down with your realtor, sit down with your lender, and work on a plan. Where are you? Where do you need to be? How do we work together to make sure, again, that this is not just getting you into a property, but this is really planning for you, your family on the long term. Interest rates, I think, are still going to be creeping up. We had the Fed speak this week, and they probably said, it's very interesting. They're not actually clarifying when they're going to increase rates, because I think this whole drama in China with their stock market is really kind of dampening their ability to raise rates overall. But we will see things increase, and that, of course, reduces your buying power. But as we head into fall and into winter, you're going to see a lot more opportunities with things coming on the market. So let's take advantage of rates where they're low now, especially before we go into any presidential years, and let us know how we can help you. Justin is absolutely amazing on his side, and we have a great partnership, and we're here to do it.
Awesome. Austin, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you'd mentioned we can go 20% down and go up to $4 or $5 million. But to be honest, most first-time home buyers are not going to be doing $1 million down, right?
Probably
I mean,
not.
I would love that all my first-time home buyers had $1 million sitting in the bank or more to throw down. So putting it into perspective, if someone wants to be at a $700,000 house, and normal best interest rate is 20% down, they're looking at $140,000 they need to save up for that, right? Versus 3.5%, they can get in at $25,000. Is that right?
Well, you can do 5% down at that threshold.
That's
so 5% down is going to be about $35,000 on a $700,000 house. And that's really going to open things up for you. And you can actually do those on long-term fixed rates, which is definitely key in this market environment. And that's going to let you qualify for more as well.
Great, great. And what else because it's one thing to have the down payment, but I know, and you know, they definitely have to have more than just the down payment in order to get a loan. So real quick, just touch on that.
Of course. So when you're buying a house, there's your down payment, and that's the percentage we're talking about, the 5, 10, 15, 20 points. But then there's your closing costs, and closing costs are made up of 3 separate groups. There's loan fees. I can tell you what ours were, but the loan fees should probably be around $1,200, $1,500 in that ballpark. And then there's title and escrow fees, and those are going to be determined by who you use in the purchase contract, your sales price, and your loan amount. But generally, you can expect them to be in a couple $1,000s. The most expensive part of closing costs are your prepaid items, and these are recurring costs of home ownership. For example, when you go and close, you pay a first full year up front of taxes and hazard insurance. You have prorations of taxes on the property side between yourself and the owner for the tax bills that are out, but you also prepay interest because a mortgage is the opposite of rent. So when you pay that September 1st mortgage payment, you're actually paying interest from August. It's the opposite of rent, whereas you're paying your September 1st rent payment, you're paying it for September. So you're going to have a proration of interest from the date of funding, which is the day before you close, through to the end of the month. Today is the 21st of August, which means you would have had your funds and funded yesterday on the 20th. So you'll be paying interest from the 20th through the 31st of August with your first payment in October. So that's really the most expensive part, and a lot of that will depend on the time of year, the type of loan, and your negotiations with the seller.
All right, Austin, give me 5 quick tips, real short, real quick, that you can say for a first-time home buyer, something, I don't know, that they can be aware of about for their down payment, what they would need, what they would look for, and just something that can be helpful.
Well, what we do for our first-time home buyers is we actually want to sit down with you and go over your options. It's not just saying, oh, you're pre-approved, here's your loan payment, have a nice day. We want to go through the specific deals. What's required of you? What are the steps along the way? Know what their credit score is. I can't tell you how many people just got married and they're like, you did this on your credit report? Oh, I didn't know. So that's always a fun conversation. Know your credit. Be prepared that there should be some things you need to look into. You need to also recognize of where's your buying power from an income standpoint. What does your income look like? What is your future income going to look like? Are you getting a raise? Are you on a flat tier? Are you on commission? How is that going to be, and where's the rest of your budget planning needs? Other things for first-time home buyers is do your due diligence before you start writing offers. Always make sure that you're upfront with your realtor and with your lender partner about where you are and what you're looking for so that we can best assist you. You can find anything you want on the web, but that doesn't mean it's real, and that doesn't mean it works for you. And I think the last thing is be open. You know, you may think I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a picket fence on a cul-de-sac, but there may be one on the corner end of the street. Really be open to different ideas and hammer down of what's the most important thing for you, and know that there's a lot of different varieties. It's a lot of things you can put on a sandwich, right? So that's how we look at it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Austin. Really appreciate your time. I'm going to thank you very much for tuning in, checking it out. Austin was great. She's definitely someone you want to connect with. If you have any questions, let me know and we connect you with her, and she'd be happy to provide some more resources for you guys free. We're just trying to bring some value to you and make sure you guys know what you're doing for when time comes to buy a house. So again, check it out, and if you don't want to watch the whole thing over again, you can skim to the front or the beginning part where she gives a lot of great detail, or the end where she gives you those 5 tips, and then just skip me. That's fine. Anyways, have a great day, and we'll stay tuned. Thanks. Bye.